recently got divorced or in the middle of a divorce. My husband, after 11 years, was cheating on me with my best friend, and we did an agreement. And in the agreement, I had him to make sure to put in the papers that I could bring the boys to our children to Alabama with me, and he did that. And 3 days after me and our children moved out, him and his girlfriend moved in together. She moved into our home, and like I said, our agreement hasn't been a month yet. And also, I was wondering if I can go back and get him for adultery for that, or if it was too late because we did the agreement. And also, we did it where we meet in Chattanooga because that's the halfway point. Mm-hmm. And also, our pickup time and drop-off time is at 5 o'clock. Well, each time he has been at least 2 hours late to picking and dropping off the children.
Okay.
And I have one more thing. When I picked them up this afternoon, I found out that she kicked our oldest son off the couch, and he fell and hurt his head on the floor. Okay. Is there anything that I can do to keep her away from our kids?
Okay. All right. So let's break it down. All right. Where do you want to start?
All right. Well, first, it sounded like you weren't quite sure if you were divorced yet or not, and that's going to be one of the biggest factors that is going to determine the answer to this. If you are divorced, then it sounds like the agreement has been ratified and the judge has made his decision, and you guys came to that agreement, and to change that, we would have to potentially repetition the court. Again, that also depends on how long it has been since the agreement was signed. If it's within 30 days, there's potential to try to set that aside. If it's within 42 days, there's another recourse that we could potentially take. So that's going to be the first question, is if you are or aren't divorced yet. I know that you also had mentioned that your husband had committed adultery against you, and that is a fault-based ground of divorce here in Alabama. That does need to be pleaded with the complaint for divorce if it is a contested divorce. Now, on the other hand, if you went the uncontested route and came to that agreement, then that fault-based divorce is not going to be possible. It's only no-fault divorce grounds for an uncontested. Now, you also mentioned that your husband or ex-husband is actually showing up late to the visitations. Maybe things aren't quite going right with the visitations. That's potential, if you are divorced, to go back for a contempt proceeding. And again, that would be that your ex-husband is not following the judge's order and not abiding by his portion of that agreement. And we want to make sure that he is, and the only way to enforce that against him would be to go back to court if you are currently divorced. You also had said that you had some concerns about your oldest potentially being hurt. If that's the case, those are very serious allegations, serious concerns, and something you're definitely going to want to talk to an attorney about, and make sure that there is a safe environment for your child to be there. If not, there are other courses and courses of action that we could take, going back to court and making sure that everything is back in order and that you feel comfortable with the visitations and your children are safe.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming it's probably a safe bet to say you probably need to talk again with your attorney and just lay out this list of things, the questions that you have, to see if he or she feels like you need to go back into court and resolve some of those matters. So best of luck to you, Peggy. We appreciate your call.